Welcome back to round two action here at the Drug Aware Margaret River Pro. We're into a heat that has a three-time world champ, Mick Fanning, hitting the lineup wearing the red jersey, taking on Kanoa Igarashi from Huntington Beach. Whole year on tour, and well, he already got started, Potts, during the break.
Yeah, Mick, you know, this traditionally not one of his favorite spots on tour, so to speak. Results hard to come by here for the top surfers. It's just a tricky wave, isn't it, Joe? You're out there in the middle of the ocean, the elements, the reef. And Kanoa Igarashi, well, last year, no 25ths in his scoreline at all, already won on the Gold Coast, so really needs to try and turn the screws here on Mick Fanning to try not go back-to-back 25ths. Looking good on this one, though. Bangs it off the whitewater and just manages to almost ride out of that last turn.
Now back to live action. Kanoa Igarashi looking to start off strong. Nice first connection off the coping, finding the lip to hit into a forehand hook. Two solid maneuvers with a surfer from Huntington Beach. Carving the way to the inside. Another jam off the top for Kanoa. So that one on his second strike, improving on his maneuvers. Was able to capitalize on that big section out the back and finishing. So I'm trying to put pressure on Fanning. That's hard to do, especially out of the gates.
Exactly right. I mean, Kanoa had a bit of a shocker yesterday, so looking solid as Mick up and riding out the back.
Deep bottom turn, classic wrap for Fanning. Looking solid every time he stands up on the surfboard. Rips another forehand hook, and he'll just keep on swinging. Starting to run out of water. Wave down in size, but still some energy to finish. He'll get credit for that maneuver and try to keep that board nice and clean and safe above the rocks there.
Yeah, Mick Fanning looking good. Nice board under his feet, that DH. Beautiful wrapping turn right there from Mick, right back into the power source. And again, just seamless surfing on a very tricky, bumpy face. Difficult to do. Look sharp out here as Mick Fanning brings this one all the way through the inside. It's a good wave selection for Mick. This wave just opened up the whole wave for him and unleashed a series of beautiful turns. So Mick Fanning is going to get right back into this heat. This was Kanoa Igarashi's wave number 2, straight up through the lip. Kanoa looking really solid on his feet, and he's going to have to produce something special to beat the 3-times world champion. It's exactly what he's done. Bang, beautiful finish right there. Maybe a little bit more dynamic finish on that wave than Mick, so I think this is going to be a very similar score.
Great start to the matchup, both battling on the forehand. Last heat was a battle of the goofy foots.
That was the most important event on tour.
And then Kanoa taking that honor of getting past Kelly, then moving on to that final as he's in the lead in this one. Kanoa up and out real quick on this last wave. Fanning in the row, fighting for a 4th world title. If he can achieve that, he'll tie Mark Richards with that honor. Which would be such a great feat. Fanning 7.43 on the last. Continue to pick up wins as we break this one down again from Kanoa.
Well, let's have a look. Nice through the lip on that first turn. Beautiful deep bottom turn, and that turn right there, nice wrapping. See how he stayed away from the whitewater. He's been watching guys trying to bounce off that and come unglued, but this is the turn right here. Bang, just throws the fins out the back on that finishing maneuver. So beautiful end to that wave. Mick Fanning, let's have a look. I mean, this kind of splitting hairs, really. Both guys opening with great turns. And then that trademark wrapping turn from Mick Fanning. One of the best styles, I reckon, ever is Mick Fanning right there again. A nice turn, and let's see how his finish is. Bangs it up through the lip, maybe not as dynamic, and I think that was maybe the difference on that. 7.43 for Mick, 7.67, so not really much difference.
This is the heat before with Wiggly Dantes just trying to battle against Connor O'Leary in the previous, seeing the backside weapon coming through.
Was there ready to ride, and yeah, I just kind of waxed it up, went out there.
Hadn't surfed it before?
Nah, it's brand new. I gripped it up like 10 minutes before I paddled out. We're like, I'm stressing, like stickers, wax, grip, fins. Like, yeah, I'm glad I had it. It was good. I still had that length, and I could kind of just whip it around.
And what about the conditions? The winds come up. What effect did that have on it?
Yeah, it was really bumpy out there with that wind. I was kind of hoping that the wind would kind of back off a little bit before my heat, but it came up and bring it to the big stage.
Yeah, bro. Well, keep being you. You're ripping. We enjoyed it. Congratulations.
Thanks, Dale. Thanks, Zach.
It's amazing that Kanoa thinks that way at such a young age to create some big moments for himself. Kanoa making a move now. Nice clean connection. Vertically ends up actually having to ride back into it. So it's going to be a short ride for Igarashi. Now priority with Fanning.
Well,
doubting a decision with his equipment, with his turn choice, makes him tough to beat. Here's Kanoa Igarashi now on a comeback wave. Stretches out the bottom turn, tail slide off the top. Now he'll fade this inside corner, needs an end section. He'll tag it and ends up going backwards on the landing. Only needed a 5.09. That was an important finishing move for him.
Yeah, getting the shot. Mick Fanning. Let's have a look at this wave from him. While we're at the break, just fading a little bit too far back. Managed to come around and kicks out. So now Kanoa Igarashi with priority. Here he goes, looking for a 5.09. Big hook in the pocket. Out on the open face, cuts back around Mick Fanning. A little bit of downtime. He needs something special if he wants to score. Bangs it off the whitewater. He's got to ride out of this, which he does. Is that going to be enough? His last roll of the dice, Joe, 3.83. Due to that wipeout at the end, he probably would have got the score. Out of the air, you can mix it up, but in a big wave like Margaret River, you want it clean and offshore.
Well, in that last exchange, Fanning went on the first wave and ended up not improving on his total, where Kanoa Igarashi on the second effort, a 5.10, enough to get the lead.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty close to the surf. It's pretty perfect.
You guys all surf? Do you love surfing? All right. Well, listen, they've got their posters. You're not wagging school, are you?
No.
Is this our teacher here? Oh, okay, keep an eye on them, teacher. So they've got their posters. They're collecting the autographs. You can get them if you're here. You can get them at the store. If you're not, go to wslstore.com. Get your stuff.
Thank you, Bart and Mick Fanning. During that last exchange, just had a few seconds on the clock as he rides in just in time of the buzzer. So sat out with priority, needing a 5.35 right at the end to avoid a 25th result here at Margaret River. Let's check it out again, Potts.
All right, tricky wave to ride, late drop. Mick Fanning off the bottom, straight up through the white water. Out on the open face, he needs something special there, just a transition turn. As he draws off the bottom, he needs to belt the section, in which he does. Let's have a look at the body language. Yeah, well, a little bit more out the back. There was a little bit of downtime through the inside. This is Kanoa's 5.1, so they're going to compare these two waves. Big opening turn from Kanoa. Very similar start so far, right? Let's have a look at the end of it. Kanoa bangs it off the whitewater, so maybe a little bit more of a critical finish on Mick Fanning's wave.
So very interesting. That was Kanoa's 5.10. Mick needs a 5.35 on this one.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at the foam climb. So he didn't really hit the lip. It's more of a foam climb. So Kanoa's first move maybe a little bit better. Both with that similar cutback through the inside. And then that last turn, way more critical on Mick Fanning's. Bit of a stomp on the board right there.
He
Wow.
might be feeling it with that stomp.
Hey?
Because he connected with the finishing move.
Is that
What he was looking for to try to turn the heat.
I know Mick, and that wasn't a happy Mick. So I think he knew deep down that he sort of let that one slip through his fingers. Smart surfing, though, from Kanoa Igarashi.